Hello everyone. Just wanted to do a little card share for some of the cards I've made for Little Miss Muffet stamps. Um, some of them I borrowed from my kids because a lot of times I make them for my kids or my kids' teachers or my other family members, and some I just been hoarding and haven't sent them at all. But these are some that I've created. This one was partly with Copic markers and with Prismacolor pencils. This one, you saw the video that I made with Copic markers, and the background was with Distress inks. This one was all Copic markers. This one was Copic markers, doodle book paper. This one, I believe, was with polychromos, and I think Distress ink for the background. This one is actually a rubber stamp, and this one was part Copic and part polychromos pencils. This one, polychromos pencils. This one was with Copic, and the background paper is from Michaels. This one was all polychromos. Polychromos, and the background was with Distress oxides. This one was all Copic. And then glossy accents. This one was Copic markers. This one was Copic marker coloring, and this was actually a CC Design little stamp that I bought this one with Make It Crafty as well, and the background papers from Doodle Book, and I added glossy accents to that little puddle so it can look like water. This one, Copic markers, and this pen here, shiny pen, is a Sakura Jelly Roll. This one is actually a rubber stamp that I actually have. This one I made for my mom. And this one is the same stamp, I just colored it different. So, and then I hand wrote a Frida Kahlo poem. Oh, another thing I wanted to say, this one was done with Prismacolor pencils, completely all Prismacolor pencils. The writing here was, I used a Jelly Roll pen, but everything here was with polychromos. So I don't know, I kind of like the smoother blending with the Prismacolors for the skin, but I had better control with the polychromos. But like I said, it's the same exact image, only here I added, you know, some features for like Day of the Dead. So this one is more based on Mexican folklore, and this one is Honduran folklore dress. So this one I made for my son Tiberius, and this one I made for my son Tiberius as well. They're both exactly the same stamp, only I colored them different. This one again was with Prismacolor pencils, and this one was with polychromos. And this is just blending. I don't use any blender pens or blender solution. I do have a blender pen and a blender solution, but I find it easier to to not use any of those things. This one, for the background, I did start off with not for the background, sorry, for the ornaments. I actually did start with a Copic marker just to lay out some color. Same for here, and then I colored with pencil on top. So, like I said, they were both for my son Tiberius. Different. One was, I think they're about a year apart. Actually, they're both for his birthday. One was for 2017 and one was for 2018. And this one, I think this background paper is from Michaels. This sentiment is actually from Little Miss Muffet as well. And this one again is from, it's the same stamp. I just used two different faces. And this one was colored with Copic. This one was colored with Copic as well. Except for the tile floor. I made that with color pencil just because I wanted that, you know, that white floor. And I didn't want to make the black floor too different from the white. So I just did it in pencil as well. But the rest of it is with Copic marker. And this one too. But I like how this one came out. It looks more like an antique photo. Oh, and this background is from Little Miss Muffet as well. It's just a merged image. Let's see. This one is with all Copic marker as well. And the papers are from Doodlebug Design. So, and my colors are actually I picked up from the Doodlebug Design paper in the background. And this is a birthday card that I have not sent. She knows who she is. And this was one of my very first, stamps that I did as a design team member. And this one was with Prismacolor pencils. And I think the background was with Distressing. Papers from Doodlebug Design. And this one I did this last Halloween. I hadn't used these stamps too much, but yeah, they're from Little Miss Muffet stamps. This one was for my daughter Daenerys, and again, I got the colors that were from this paper here. Only I made this a little lighter. The lavender I made it a little lighter than the actual, but I wanted to stand out a little bit. And this one, Barbara actually sent me. I think she got some nice coloring skills. And card making skills too, because to me, it's kind of hard to make cards and add all this extra stuff. To me, it's just easier to, most of the time it's easier to just have, you know, a plain, my own background or coloring. It's harder for me to do the extra embellishments. Alright, well that's it for the card share. Thanks, bye.